Manchester United take action for the Brighton star, one of his World Cup heroes. Signing a midfielder or two will be high on Erik Ten Hag's list of demands this summer. It might not take priority over the new for an elite-level striker, but it should be a requirement nonetheless. There is no one on the roster who can play as a defensive midfielder except Casemiro, so it goes without saying that we need a backup option. We also need a midfielder who can create from deep positions, as a backup or competition for Christian Eriksen. Neither Fred and Scott McTominay are more than squad players, and I think we need more quality ahead of next season. According to Tyke Sports, Alexis Mac Allister is attracting interest from a number of top Premier League clubs. They include Manchester United, Man City, Liverpool and Chelsea. Brighton will be expecting a flurry of interest in Mac Allister after his World Cup heroics in Qatar when Argentina went all the way. The player's father said last month that while Mac Allister is happy at Brighton, there may be an opportunity to join a bigger club at some point. According to The Sun, Ten Hag talked to Mac Allister on the phone and convinced him to join Manchester. Manchester United management is expected to sit at the bargaining table with Brighton officials in a short time. So what's your opinion on this? Would you like to see Mac Allister in Manchester? Manchester United appreciate Benfica striker Goncalo Ramos, plan to track him against Porto on Friday. According to The Record, Manchester United are gearing up to watch Goncalo Ramos perform in Benfica's league match against Porto on Friday night. The 21-year-old player is considered one of the best young forwards in European football. He's in stunning form for Benfica this season with 25 goals and 10 assists in 37 games. It is reported that the Portuguese player was highly appreciated by the Red Devils and they will follow him in the Primeira Liga match between Benfica and Porto. Meanwhile, United have reportedly failed with attempts to negotiate an early deal with Benfica and they may have to wait until the end of the season to reopen talks. Ramos has been exceptional for Benfica after the departure of Darwin Núñez last summer. He has managed a stunning 35 goal contributions over the current campaign. He has also caught the eye with his mobility, hold-up play as well as the eagerness to press defenders in the final third. These are attributes that manager Erik Ten Hag prefers. In our opinion, Ramos will be a great signing as he can be a leading striker in the next 10 years. Erik Ten Hag confirms Luke Shaw injury blow, but Christian Eriksen set to return. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag has provided a mixed injury update ahead of Saturday's Premier League clash against Everton at Old Trafford. The Red Devils returned to winning ways on Wednesday with a 1-0 victory over Brentford and they will be aiming for another 3 points against the Toffees. Ahead of the game, Ten Hag has revealed that Luke Shaw won't play any part, having sustained a minor hamstring injury in the opening half in midweek. However, the Dutch tactician added that Christian Eriksen is back in training following his ankle injury and the Dane will be in the squad to face the Toffees. Eriksen has been a huge loss for the Red Devils for the past 2 months. Dane has 2 goals and 9 assists this season despite being injured since the end of January. Hence, his availability is a boost for the club. The £22 million rated star may not start against the Toffees tomorrow but should be reinstated into the lineup before the end of the month. Tyrell Malaysia was impressive coming off the bench to replace Shaw against the Bees and the Dutchman has the opportunity to repeat the performance versus the Toffees. Manchester United, Chelsea and Bayern Munich chase Juventus forward. It's no secret that Manchester United need more firepower on offense. Hence, the Reds will also be linked to various forwards in the coming months. We know that Erik Ten Hag will have to spend money if United are to contend for their first Premier League title since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement. With that is unlikely to happen under the Glazer family, who have us up to our eyeballs in debt, fans are hoping that a takeover happens between now and the end of the season. According to Calcio Mercato, United are interested in signing Federico Chiesa from Juventus. Juventus are unlikely to qualify for the Champions League and United may try to take advantage of that, but it could cost a sum of €90 million to secure Chiesa's signature. Injuries have limited Chiesa's time on the field this season and he has only scored 3 goals, but there is no denying that he is an exciting player. The report also claims that Chiesa has received interest from Bayern Munich and Chelsea. Manchester United linked with Saints midfielder. Southampton captain James Ward-Prowse could make a surprise move to Manchester United this summer. Perhaps the likelihood of Southampton relegation would lead to such a transfer, but the report seems a bit exaggerated. According to Football Insider, which isn't the most reputable source, insiders claim Erik Ten Hag is hellbent on bolstering his side's midfield options in the transfer window, with Ward-Prowse one of the names on his list. Although his set pieces would be a benefit to most teams in the Premier League, I think we should be aiming for players with a higher ceiling than Ward-Prowse. Lisandro Martinez encourages Manchester United stars to fight for the rest of the season. Lisandro Martinez has made an excellent addition to the Manchester United squad this season. After replacing Harry Maguire in the team, the Argentine international has already formed one of the best defending pairs in the Premier League, along with Raphael Varane. Manchester United fans will hope that Lisandro Martinez, Raphael Varane and other key players can stay in shape for the rest of the season, as the next 2 months will be very busy. Lifting the Carabao Cup in February, United is on track to win the Europa League and the FA Cup, and is in the midst of racing to qualify for the top 4 in the Premier League. Speaking to reporters about what is needed between now and the end of the season, Martinez took the time to remind his teammates that they must give everything in every fixture. We spoke as a team," Martinez said, as quoted by The Independent. Erik Ten Hag explains what Manchester United need to do to win trophies. Erik Ten Hag has guided his side into the semi-finals of the FA Cup, where they will face Brighton and potentially set up a mouth-watering final against Manchester City. Additionally, they are in the Europa League quarter-finals, where a two-legged tie against Sevilla awaits the Reds, with the first meeting at Old Trafford scheduled for next week. Speaking ahead of this weekend's game against Everton in the Premier League, Ten Hag delved into the practice of mentality and what United need to do to consistently compete for silverware. It's easy to get caught up in the new standards Ten Hag has set at United, and reactions to a drop in performance levels may be exaggerated. It must not be forgotten what state United were in when he took over less than a year ago. Since then, he has overseen a sizable turnover of squad personnel and instilled belief, recruited the right personalities and ensured that his players buy into a new philosophy. That was never going to come overnight, but he has, extraordinarily, been able to turn things around quicker than anyone expected.